Welcome to Infinity. Today, we will discuss how to create an item in the Infinity system. Item refers to any product that an organization manufactures, buys, sells, or distributes. This can include physical goods, services, or a combination of both. To create an item, click on the Inventory module. After clicking on it, you will see an option for item in the left side panel. Click on the Item option. Click on the New button at the top to create a new item. A new window with multiple fields will appear. Enter a code or SKU to identify the item. Provide a name for the item. If applicable, enter the Arabic name of the item. Select the base unit of measure. When selecting the base unit of measure for an item, it's important to consider its smallest possible unit. This unit should reflect how you manage individual items within your inventory. For example, if you're dealing with items like pens, the smallest base unit might be each or piece. This choice aligns with how you physically count and handle these items on a day-to-day basis. Next, we have an option for the setup. Under this setup section, we have Item Type option. Inventory. Choose this option if the item is a physical product that you buy, sell, or store in your inventory. For example, if you run a retail or wholesale store and want to track the quantity and value of products you have on hand, you would classify those items as inventory. Service. Select this option if the item represents a service that you provide to your customers. Unlike physical products, services are intangible and are typically offered directly to customers. For instance, if you offer consulting services, repair services, or subscription-based services, you would classify them as services. Bill of material. Use this option if the item is a product made up of several components or materials. A bill of materials outlines the ingredients or parts required to assemble a final product. This classification is useful for manufacturing or assembly processes where you need to track the components used to create finished goods. Tracking mode option. Not applicable. Choose this option if the item does not require any specific tracking. This means that the item does not need to be tracked individually by serial number or batch. Batch. Choose this option if you need to track groups of items that are produced or received together as a batch. Batch tracking assigns a unique identifier to a group of items that share the same characteristics, such as batch number, manufacture date, and expiry date. This enables you to monitor and manage inventory by batch, making it easier to trace and manage product recalls, expiration dates, or quality control issues. Serial. Select this option if you need to track each individual item using a unique serial number. Serial tracking allows you to trace the movement and history of each item throughout its life cycle. This is particularly useful for products that have unique identifiers, such as electronic devices, appliances, or vehicles. Specify selling price and purchase price. These prices will automatically be reflected when you create a sales invoice and purchase transaction. After adding all these details, click on the Save button. Once you click on the Save button, a new window will open. Here, if you want to add more information, you can mention it in different tabs. In the Key Info tab, you can mention more information about the item. Specify the item group if required. This field categorizes items into broader groups based on common characteristics or purposes. Specify the item category if required. Item categories provide further classification within item groups, offering more specific groups based on shared characteristics or functionalities. Specify the item brand if required. This field identifies the brand or manufacturer of the item. It helps distinguish between different products with similar characteristics and allows customers to identify and choose items based on brand preferences. Including the item brand also supports brand-specific reporting and analysis, such as sales performance by brand. The item description is a brief summary of the item, highlighting its main features and benefits. It helps customers quickly understand what the item is and how it can be used. Make sure to include key features, benefits, and any important specifications. Keep it clear, concise, and easy to read. If you want to specify additional information such as the manufacturer name, manufacturer part number, the supplier item code, and different types of stock levels whichever are required for the item, and the dimensions of the item like length, width, height, you can mention them in the general section. If you want to add components, you can add them in the Bill of Material tab. The purpose of the Bill of Material was already explained in the item type. Here, we have an option for the plus symbol. Click on it to add a Bill of Material item. After adding the Bill of Material item, click on the Save button. Next we have a Unit of Measure tab. Click on it. If you have established the smallest base unit for the item, you can define larger units in terms of conversions in the Unit of Measure tab. As we can see a plus button symbol. Click on it if you want to add a new unit of measure with their specific conversion. For example, if you sell pens in packs of 10, you would define a larger unit as a pack and specify that it contains 10 individual pens. This allows for seamless tracking of inventory, sales, and purchasing across different units of measure. In the Supplier tab, you can specify the supplier details from whom you are buying this item. Click on the plus button to add the details, such as the supplier, the currency of the supplier you're dealing with, and purchase unit price. And you can even specify the manufacturer part number and barcode if required. Next, we have a Price List tab to define the multiple prices with a different unit of measure for the same item, such as wholesale price, retail price, and offer price, and also, we can specify prices by unit of measure and also minimum price, maximum price and default discounts, extra. To know more about the price list, you can refer to our price list tutorial. The Warehouse tab helps you efficiently manage inventory across multiple locations. To add a warehouse for the item, click on the plus button. Specify warehouse, bin location, maximum and minimum stock levels, and reorder levels. Similarly, we have a barcode tab. If you want to add a barcode for the item, click on the plus button icon, mention the barcode, specify the unit of measure and click on the Save button. If you want to attach any documents for a specific item, we have a Document tab. Click on the plus button to add a document. After clicking on it, specify the document type, document number, and other details. After adding all these details, you can see we have an option for the Add Attachment. By clicking on it, you will able to add a document as per your requirement. Next, we have an option for the setup. If you want to do the account setup item-wise, click on the Setup tab. After clicking on it, you will see multiple account options. Specify the account as per your requirement. By specifying this, we can track the different financial effects as per the transaction type for this item. If you want to see the report, like item query and item history, we have dedicated tabs for this. The item query will help you to know the total stock as per company and the warehouse level, and the additional information of the last sales and purchases you can see here. We can see the available stock as per the base or reporting unit of measure by selecting any of these options. The base unit of measure is pieces, and if you want to define a reporting unit of measure with another unit, go to the Unit of Measure tab. As we can see here, the base unit of measure is pieces. And now if you want to make the reporting unit of measure into another unit of measure, click on the Edit button and change the reporting unit of measure toggle button on. After this, click on the Save button. Now if we check the item query report, it will show as per the reporting unit of measure which we have set. In item history, we can check the history of the transactions created for this item. You can apply the filters as required. If you want to see more reports for the item, like a stock ledger and stock summary report, we have an option at the top. By clicking on it, you can easily see the report. This is how you maintain your items in the Infinity system.